John, good to have you back in. Turtle, executive producing today. And as we start the show, the reality is, yes, we've taken care of business. We don't need to do anything else if we don't have to, right? I mean, if we don't want to, we can just cruise into the playoffs. But John Fricke, we've now lost 4 straight. And I got to tell you, this isn't the Braves that we've seen all season. Now, I'm going to let you hear Snicker in just a second. But are we going to have a letdown because we are just coasting right now?
Oh, you're coasting, all right. You're coasting right into, are you going to be able to come out of this coast? I mean, this is, Braves Twitter is, or X or whatever the hell we call it now, is having a meltdown because, and it should. I mean, it's not 4 in a row. You've lost 43-14. I mean, you win games, you win 4 in a row. But the pitching is abysmal. The hitting is abysmal. Everything, there's no fire. It's boring. It's like, oh my God, did you guys just win the division and stop?
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. And there's still work to do. We continue to talk about having home field advantage. Now, here's the good news, and it had nothing to do with us, but we get home field in the NLDS because the Brewers lost to St. Louis. So that was default last night, right? You go, oh, okay, great. You kind of felt like that was going to happen either way, but that's fine. But I want to have the best record in baseball. I don't want to have to go to Baltimore or anywhere else for a Game 7, if, in fact, if it comes to that, John. So I'm not sure what's going on right now. I don't like it. I don't like the way that we're approaching this. And you guys can tell me, oh, there's nothing to worry about. I'm a true believer in heading into the playoffs with momentum. I am not a guy who's watched baseball all my life and said, oh, you can just coast into the playoffs. You know what? These next 2 weeks, just take time off. Let's not hit. Let's not pitch well, and we'll see what happens when October rolls around. That is not the strategy.
Well, I said Braves Twitter is its own kind of special place, because you have the people that are melting down. You also have the other side where you get these people, that's just baseball. Do you idiots not understand that? No. It's not just baseball, okay? Just baseball is you lose 4-3, maybe you lose 3-2 in the 10th, maybe you lose a slugfest 11-10. It's not getting wiped out by Jazz Chisholm and the Miami Marlins. It's not getting beat 16-2.
Did you say Chisholm?
Right?
It was Chisholm?
I mean, everybody.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure what I heard. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you dominate your division and suddenly you can't beat hell, you're not even competitive. I mean, suddenly you're turning into the Kansas City Royals on us. I mean, and isn't this what happened last year? They pushed. They got to 101 wins last day of the year, won the division, and went, oh. And then the Phillies just ran right by them. Oh, wait, stop, wait. Oh, hey, we got to catch up. So that's what's happening again. That you can't just flip the switch thing. And then thank God Ronald Acuna wasn't injured beyond just what he was injured. Oh my God! Because when that happened, I went, oh my God, is this what time the Falcons start? Is George on yet? I mean, I was like looking for any place to hide.
It would have felt that way. Thankfully, he's okay. It's Dukes and Bell, John Fricke in for Mike. 404-726-0929. Tim Williams is a phenomenal artist. He's a listener of this program. He tweets, are the Braves playing tonight? Oh, I know they have a game scheduled, but are they playing?
Yeah, good call.
He's right.
You got Strider tonight.
Well, listen, he's been phenomenal, okay? And if you're going to get right, give me that guy on the hill. But I want you to hear our manager, Brian Snicker.
I don't know.
Come on, Snit. Come on, Snit. Snit's talking about, that this is one of those stretches, right?
No, satisfying to win the division. These stretches happen. I mean, this is not the first time we've been through a stretch like this where we're getting short starts, and we've come out of it before, and we will now.
All right, you say you will now. Let's see it because, 4 becomes 5 becomes 6 becomes you get anything in your head. Carl, it's like anything else.
True.
You get it between your ears. It isn't at home plate. It's because you've got 2 catchers who are both really talented who have been butt awful in the second. They're, oh my God, awful. Murphy is 181 with 3 home runs since the break. Darno's worse. 175 plus 3 home runs. Darno looks like he's lost at the plate.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. I mean, listen, here's the thing. The lineup's been so good, it's covered it up.
I know.
Right?
Right. You paper over your problems.
Correct. The lineup's been so good that we haven't even really paid attention to it. But now that you're losing, you go, oh, what's going on? Who's not hitting? And then you start to break down these numbers, and you go, wait a minute. These guys haven't been hitting for a while.
No, Carl, let me ask you this, okay? Isn't it true that we around here always go to the, we're going to be Falconing, we're going to be Atlanta-ing,
Yes,
right? Okay,
yes.
okay, we go to that car. So are we already starting to do that with this team now?
Well, listen, we shouldn't. The proof is in the season, okay? I understand the frustration. And to Tim's point, are we playing tonight? Meaning, are we going to show up? I agree with you. But the proof is in the season. And so if this was an up and down season, if we had been down, I don't know, like we were last year, 10 games and had to make a run to get to the playoffs, I might feel a little bit differently. We're still the best team in the National League and certainly in Major League Baseball. The problem is, okay, this crescendo that happened, we got to get there. We got to get there. We've been too good to not get, and we got there, and you just went, this is the deep breath. Now you got to come out of it. And you can't continue to wait, to your point, John, about, next week. Okay, Cubs come in here. They're still fighting. When are you going to come out of here? You got to come out of this after, okay, we did that. Cool. I thought the celebration that they had was perfect, meaning it wasn't over, done. These guys didn't go crazy. We had Eric Young, the first base coach, on last week, and he was like, look, we had a good time, but we didn't have that kind of good time because the goal is not done. That's the World Series. And so, John, I'm with you. I think this whole thing about, are we going to Atlanta? No, we're not. We are the best team. But you got to come out of this now after taking this deep breath.
I'm not worried about the offense. I'm really not. I mean, I know they've struggled, but when you're talking about Ronald Acuna, Matt Olson, and Austin Riley, and Ozzie Albies, and down all the way to Michael Harris, right? I mean, the offense will find its way. But when you throw out Morton and Elder and Yates and Tonkin and Schuster and Derek Rodriguez, who looks like the new version of, what was that dude's name again? Allen? Whatever. With the dude that we had for like a hot minute there for about an inning and a half. That dude that didn't get it out, that dude. I don't even know if he got an inning. He probably got like 2 outs. This is what concerns me is the pitching there, because we go back, roll the back, okay, to the beginning of the year, okay, when they were kind of like, all right, they got up to the great start, and then they had that soft patch that Snicker talks about, and we were sitting around going, well, what about the bullpen here? Iglesias is not so hot. How much did they miss Tyler Matzek? I'm just saying that, and now do they miss Jesse Chavez? I know that people say, he's going to go he's coming out of the rehab. Jesse Chavez is not somebody I'm looking at all for this playoff team at all. Okay. And
he's back tonight, right?
Well, I mean, I'm just right now, he's got to show. How many guys who come back and then you got, he's back. I'm just saying, you got to show me until I see Jesse Chavez become Jesse Chavez again. The best thing that Jesse Chavez could do, if anything else, is to pick him up again, carry him out of the bullpen on a home run.
That's funny. It's Dukes and John Fricke is in. We're talking about the Braves. Are you concerned? We've lost 4 in a row.